What's up guys, and welcome back to the channel. In today's video, I'm down at Hendrick Lexus Northlake getting to check out the 2021 Lexus RC 350 F Sport with the Blackline Special Edition package. Huge shout out to them for providing this car for me today. Make sure you guys check out their website. That will be down in the description below. This model here is finished off in Sonic Chrome and it has an MSRP just over $57,000. Let's go ahead and start off today's review by jumping up underneath the hood, where you'll find the 3.5 liter V6 engine. This is paired to the 8-speed automatic transmission and it pumps out 311 horsepower around 6,600 RPM and 280 pound-feet of torque around 4,600 RPM. This model here is rear wheel drive. It weighs in around 3,700 pounds. It'll do 0 to 60 in 5.8 seconds up to its top speed of 143 miles an hour. And with a fuel capacity of 17.4 gallons, you can expect to see around 20 miles per gallon in the city and 28 out on the highway. This has a wheelbase of 107.5 inches. Its overall length is 185. It has a width of 72.4, a height of 54.9 inches, and ground clearance measures in at 5.3 inches. With all those specs out of the way, now we can go ahead and jump into the exterior walk around on the RC 350 F Sport. So the biggest change for 21 is a redesign of the headlight. It still retains the triple beam LEDs. They are just vertical now instead of horizontal, so it gives it a much sleeker design within the housing. And I love these DRLs. They have very crisp lines to them, and it gives it an aggressive look when you see this coming at you down the road. There's also really nice contoured lines surrounding the headlight housings just to give it a really nice look. And then making our way to the grille, we still have the hourglass shaped design. You can see the black chrome surrounding it, and you'll see more of that trim throughout this model. You can also see the Lexus badge right in the center, which also doubles as a forward-facing sensor. So it's really nice how they've incorporated that, and it doesn't break up the grille by placing it somewhere else. Really nice design touch to see. You'll also notice there's plenty of cutouts in this front end to provide maximum cooling to that engine, along with some inlets on both sides. It's even in the lower section of the bumper as well. You'll also notice the parking sensors nicely integrated throughout this bumper, along with parking sensors on both sides. And then making our way up to the hood, you'll see there's very clean lines that run down it, and they flow nicely to the top points of the grille. Making our way to the side profile now, I'm gonna start off with these wheels. They measure 19 by 8 up front and 19 by 9 in the rear. They are finished off in black chrome, so that trim piece you saw on the grille is a great accent to these wheels. This model also features the F Sport suspension, and you'll see the F Sport badge just behind the front tire. Moving our way to the side mirrors now, you can see they have a two-tone design. They're finished off in the Sonic Chrome along with black, and you can see a trim piece separating them just underneath the integrated turn signals. Up top, this model also has a sunroof. And then what I really love about the side profile on the RC 350 is all of these crisp lines. I'm gonna start with the lower side skirts. You can see how they actually protrude away from the vehicle, so it gives it a very aggressive line. All of these lines flow nicely from the front end, as you saw, and you'll even see the bumper line extends to the front wheel arch, so that's just a really nice touch to see. And there's a line that starts just behind the F Sport badge. It runs through the door handles all the way to the rear taillight. You'll also notice the window trim is blacked out as well. And finishing up in the rear, I'm gonna start up top with the third brake light. You'll see it runs across the entire length of the rear glass, and it also has a really nice sloping design all the way to the trunk lid, where you'll see even more crisp lines running across the top, and that's even carried over to the LED taillights. I love the square-shaped design that they have to them. Really flows well with the rest of this vehicle, and they have a dark housing to them as well to match everything, of course. This has a backup camera with all the parking sensors, even more lines in this lower section of the bumper, and then down below we have the dual exhaust. Now it's time to go ahead and take a look at the interior on the RC 350F. So with the vehicle locked and the key in my pocket, all I have to do is grab on the door handle and it will automatically unlock. Now we can go ahead and take a look at this beautiful door panel where you'll see black leather and white stitching. We have a really nice brush trim piece running across the top, and then just above that you'll see the release handle along with the memory seating adjustments. Surrounding the windows and the side mirror adjustments, you'll see this really cool wood trim piece which is unique to the F Sport lineup. The grab handle is just behind that. There's a little bit of storage space in the lower section of the door. And then we have one of the 17 speakers in this Mark Levinson audio sound system. And then moving to the door sill, you'll see F Sport along with Lexus RC down on the floor mats. And now we can take a look at these beautiful black leather seats. You can see the white stitching running down the bolsters. There's solid leather on the bolsters and then perforated leather running down the inserts. These are heated and ventilated seats. They have a very nice design to them and very supportive as well. I love the aggressiveness to the bolsters on the sides and also down below. And then at the side of the seat, we have all of the power adjustments. And now once inside with my foot on the brake, we can go ahead and start it up. Looking at the gauge cluster now, you'll see front and center is the tach. Over on the left side is the engine temperature along with your odometer. On the right side is the fuel gauge and the clock. And then also right in the center, you can see the miles per hour along with what gear you're in. And then by using buttons on the right side of the steering wheel, you can scroll through a lot of information. So right now you can view whether you want to see the miles per hour or the kilometers per hour. You can also scroll down and look at your current MPG along with your average. You can also see your range as well. You can see your gear position along with your TPMS. You can also change the look of the gauge cluster by going through the different driving modes. So currently we are in normal. You can see how it changes with Sport S. It will change again for Sport S Plus. And then we can also go into Eco mode. So it's very nice to be able to see that. And now making our way to the steering wheel, you'll see it's covered in a combination of wood. We have perforated leather and solid leather down at the bottom. There's also more stitching, gives it a very nice design. You can see this lower trim piece as well, which matches nicely with the steering wheel mounted paddle shifters. They have a really nice touch to them. On the right side of the steering wheel, you can see these controls I was using for that center screen. You also have a customizable button along with a back button. We have the lane departure assist along with the distance pacing. And then over on the left side, we have volume and other controls for the radio, along with Bluetooth and voice commands. And then making our way to the left side here, you can see down below, we have the odometer reset. You also have your automatic headlights along with the blind spot monitor. You can turn on and off the parking sensors, and there's the trunk release as well. There's one air vent above that. And then making our way to the center, we have the 10.3-inch display screen. So you can control that using this pad down below. You can see map and menu along with the back button. And then you have this pad here that you can click on and also use your finger on like a mouse. By clicking on menu, this screen will appear where you can look at a lot of information in the lower section of the screen. And you can scroll through that by using that mouse pad that I just showed. So you can look at audio, phone, you have apps. Projection is how you can play Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. You can also go into setup and climate. So you can use the mouse pad to go through this information. If I want to turn the fan speed up, I will just click on this bar here and then swipe my finger up, and that will adjust the fan speed. If I swipe down, that will bring it all the way back down. So there's a lot of information that you can go through. And then over on the right side, you even have shortcuts to the navigation. So if I click on that, you can pull that up on the right side there if you'd like to. And if I click on the map button down below, that will bring it up in full screen if you'd like to see that. And you can see just how far back it is there, giving it a really nice look. We have the engine start stop button, and then moving to the middle, you'll see two air vents along with a clock. We have a small LCD screen just below that for the temperature controls, so you can quickly adjust that. You'll also notice on both sides we have this bar here. If you swipe on that, you can easily adjust the dual zone climate, and then we have the fan speed right in the center along with where you like the air to go. You'll see a CD player right in the center along with power and volume for the radio. There's tuning on the right side. Very nice finish to these knobs on both sides. Just underneath that, you'll see the heated and ventilated seat controls for both driver and passenger. Over on the right side, this dial here is how I was controlling the different driving modes. You'll see right behind that there is a snow mode. You can turn off traction control. There's also an auto hold brake assist. And then making our way to the shifter now, it's finished off in leather. If I put the vehicle into reverse, you'll see the backup camera up here with the guidelines. They also move with the steering wheel as well, which is really nice to see. And then just by touching on that mouse pad, you can change the angle. So you can see this view here, or you can have this view here just to give you a little bit different of an angle if you need to use that. We can also go all the way down into drive and then pop it over into manual mode, which does allow you to use these steering wheel mounted paddle shifters. You'll see over on the right side there are two cup holders, and then making our way to the center armrest. It's finished off in leather with more white stitching, and you can see there's a good amount of storage space along with some auxiliaries and a 12-volt. And then making our way to the glove box now, you'll see more of that wood trim that we saw on the door panels, which is really nice to see. If we push on this button here, that will open up, and that gives you a lot of space for all of the items you have to place there. So we'll go ahead and take one last look at these seats. I really love the design to them. You can see the stitching over on the bolsters there. And then as I mentioned earlier, this does have a sunroof, so we can go ahead and open that up. We have all of those controls in the middle here, along with the touch-sensitive dome lights. The RC F Sport is a two-doored, four-seater vehicle, so I'm going to go ahead and hop into the back seats. All you have to do in order to do that is pull on this latch on the backrest, and the forward seat will automatically slide forward. giving you plenty of space to go ahead and hop in. And at 5'10", you can see my head is just up against the headliner here. And with the front seat set at my height, I have some room for my knees and I can put my feet up underneath the seat. So these are functional back seats for full-size adults if you need to use them, or it's great for extra storage space as well. You can see there's a small tray right in the center here. We have really nice leather on the armrest along with speakers as well. And last up, we'll go ahead and take a look at the rear trunk storage space. There's a few different ways to do this. I'm just gonna use the button on the right side of the backup camera and this will automatically open up. And you'll see there's a good amount of storage space in here for a 4-seater vehicle. Now the back seats do fold down. They have a 60-40 split to them. So if you need to utilize this for even more storage space, you have the option to do that, which is really nice to see. And then with the back seats up, if you have 4 people in here, you can easily place all of their items in the back. You have a lot of storage space for this kind of vehicle. Over on the right side, you will see a first aid kit. And then up underneath the floor, you'll see all the spare tire tools. There's also tie-down hooks in this floor if you want to safely secure any more items. And there's also one grab handle up top, making this very easy to close. All right, so getting the 2021 Lexus RC 350F Sport out on the road now. Let's give it a little bit of gas here, normal mode. And we are up to the speed limit just like that. It's not a crazy loud vehicle. It's definitely very well insulated on the interior. So if you're looking for this as a daily driver, it's going to be very comfortable. I can't hear any wind noise or road noise. There's no tire noise or anything like that. So it's definitely a great comfort vehicle if that's what you're looking for. But at the same time, you can also pop it over into Sport S Plus, and you can feel that F Sport suspension tighten up just a little bit. And you can also hear that engine noise, some of the exhaust a little bit. We're gonna go ahead and downshift all the way to second gear here. And giving it a little bit of gas now in Sport S Plus. We are up to the speed limit. It got a little bit louder, so it's really cool how, even though this is really geared more towards the luxury and comfort, you can still put it into Sport S. It has the suspension for it. You can take this out on some back mountain roads if you'd like to, and have some spirited driving fun in it. So it's really cool how you have the best of both worlds there. And then just moving on to this interior now, as you've already seen in today's video, very nice materials running throughout. I love the wood trim, the leather. These seats are incredibly comfortable. I've put a few miles on this car so far, and I love the side bolstering support even down by my thighs here. They're just very comfortable seats. I could definitely see this being a great daily driver just because of these seats alone. They are incredibly comfortable and they hug me super well. But now that we're at a stoplight here, let's go ahead and talk about the overall visibility. It's actually really easy to see. Looking over my left shoulder, I love how you have that small glass there, and then same on your right side there. Okay. We are hearing that exhaust a little bit more than previously, so that definitely sounds good. But like I said, visibility, really good to see in a vehicle like this. The glass is super close to you, so that is very easy. And the turning radius is incredibly good in this. Let's give it a little bit more gas. This is definitely fun to drive. I love the responsiveness of these paddles. They're in a great spot too, finished off in a really nice design. And I love how solid feeling they are. So they're definitely really nice paddles to be able to use. And with that suspension, just coming around a turn at a normal speed here, it handles really well. I'm very impressed with this vehicle. I love the exterior design of it. I love the interior design and just the general layout. I love this screen, how it's kind of tucked away in there nicely, and it's hidden from the sun glare as well. So we have the sun shining today and you can still see that screen, which is really nice. So I think that's gonna wrap it up for my walk around review and test drive behind the wheel of the 2021 Lexus RC 350F Sport with the Blackline Special Edition package. Once again, a huge shout out to Hendrick Lexus Northlake for providing this vehicle for me today. Make sure you guys check out their website. That will be down in the description. And if you enjoyed today's video, give it a huge thumbs up. Consider smashing that subscribe button if you want to stay up to date on our daily uploads. And I'll see you guys in the next video.